We live in a world that demands everything from you. Be productive, be efficient, hustle, stack routines, track your habits, and monetize your hobbies. Measure progress, quantify everything. If you're tired, it's your fault. And if you're stuck, you need to try harder.
It ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward.
And if you can't keep up, you're given one word: lazy, or perhaps unmotivated. I don't think we are lazy. I think a lot of us are unmotivated because we are born into a system which devalues what we are motivated by. What if your brain is trying to create in a system that is designed to kill creativity? What if the world isn't just indifferent to your imagination, but is actively working against it? In this video, I want to show you that this modern world that we live in was built for assembly line workers, not for creatives. Chapter 1. School was designed to suppress you. I think the roots of this go deeper than most of us realize. The modern school system, the one that most of us grew up in, wasn't built to help you think. It was built to make you useful in a very narrow, industrial sense of the word. In 1902, powerful industrialists John D. Rockefeller and Frederick T. Gates helped establish the General Education Board. Their goal wasn't to cultivate free thinkers. It was to produce a disciplined, obedient workforce. Rockefeller famously said, "I don't want a nation of thinkers, I want a nation of workers." Everything from the bell schedule to the standardized testing to the idea that success means staying on task was designed to mirror factory life. You wake up at a set time, you complete repetitive tasks, you follow top-down orders, and you're graded on performance. You eat at scheduled intervals. If you comply, you are rewarded. If you question, you're a bad student. Art class, that wasn't for growth. That was just a release valve. A way to let you blow off some steam before you get back to the real work. And the system, it works, but just not in your favor. A 2011 study published in the Creativity Research Journal found that creativity scores have been steadily declining in American school children since the 1990s, even as IQ scores rise. We're getting smarter, it seems, but less imaginative. And IQ, it only measures one type of intelligence. It doesn't reflect emotion, curiosity, originality, or even purpose. But why are we getting smarter but less creative? Because our school system rewards compliance, not curiosity. A student who questions the assignment is disruptive. A kid who daydreams is told to focus. But what if that daydream was the real work? What if we are being trained to shut down that part of our brain that makes us the most human? Chapter 2. The system rewards obedience, not ideas. What starts in school continues into adulthood. We graduate into a culture of KPIs, deadlines, and office politics. We're rewarded for predictability, for safety, for coloring inside the lines. But here's the thing, I think predictable people don't build better systems. They just keep broken ones running. A 2019 Gallup poll found that only 34% of American workers feel engaged at work. If you look at other countries like, let's say, India, for example, I don't think we even know what it means to be engaged at work. And all the people who are not engaged at work, they're either highly disconnected or miserable. But they keep going. Why? Because the system demands it. Rent, bills, reputation. Even if the work is meaningless, we call it being productive. We spend whole days on tasks that require zero creativity or zero critical thinking. But it's considered strange to spend even an hour in deep, uninterrupted creative flow. No wonder so many people feel stuck. Your brain isn't broken, it's starving. It's starving for space, for slowness, for some meaning. And here's the irony, I think, in my opinion. Creativity isn't some luxury bonus. It's essential to our survival. But creativity is the primary reason we've been able to build entire systems and societies around us. I think being creative is a very necessary part of the human experience. Chapter 3. Your imagination built the modern world. Everything that we call progress, let's say electricity, the internet, medicine, they all started with someone asking, can the world work differently? But the people who asked these questions, They weren't perfect employees. Nikola Tesla was obsessive, eccentric, and broke. Maya Angelou never followed the rules but reshaped American literature. Grace Hopper, a pioneer of computer science, famously said, "The most dangerous phrase in the English language is, 'We've always done it this way.'" And if we just look through history, we'll see very clearly that most creatives don't get rewarded. Their ideas are hijacked, commercialized by the most psychopathic of our species. And the machine keeps moving. Like, think about it. We live in an age where everything we do could be automated. Yet we still judge human value by how many emails you responded to, not what creative work you did or not what problem you solved. And science backs this up. Functional MRI studies show that the default mode network, the brain region that is active during daydreaming, is essential for empathy, creativity, and problem solving. That's where breakthroughs come from boredom, from stillness, from imagination. But modern life is designed to eliminate that. No stillness, no reflection, just inputs, constant noise. We are wired to create, but we are forced to comply. And that's not a bug in the system. I think that's a feature. Chapter 4. Power fears people who imagine differently. Here's why this matters. Creative people are dangerous because they imagine alternatives, they question authority, they build new systems when the old ones break. Every meaningful shift in history involved creative resistance. The civil rights movement wasn't just policy, it was poetry, music, and art. The anti-war movements of the 1960s used protest theater, design, and music. Today, movements like Fridays for Future and #MeToo are powered by creative storytelling. Power structures know this. That's why they drown us in the mundane. Busy work, deadlines, debt, notifications, rent. We've built an economy around bullshit jobs, roles that even the people doing them know don't matter. Anthropologist David Graeber coined that term, and his central point was this: these jobs don't exist to serve society, they exist to maintain the order of the system. And this is the trap, I think. The world keeps you just tired enough to obey and just scared enough to never create. Chapter 5. So how do we move forward? If the system is rigged against creativity, what do? I think we start by reclaiming our time. We redefine productivity. We stop measuring our worth by how much we did and instead ask, did what we do have meaning? Was it honest? Did it make me feel alive? I think our bodies know. They light up in the presence of purpose and they shut down when our lives are devoid of it. No one is going to give us permission to be creative. In fact, they don't want you to be the best version of yourself. Why? Because the system fears people who dream. So I think we start wherever we can. Turn off the noise. Make bad art. Start that thing even if it is small. Make space for boredom, for silence, for slowness. Because I think creativity doesn't live in urgency, only manufactured anxiety does. Creativity, I think, lives in openness, in trust, in the belief that maybe we might just be the universe examining its own self. And maybe most importantly, I think, maybe we start supporting each other. We were trained to compete, to win at each other's expense, to fear scarcity, and to fear losing status. But what if that was never real? What if there is no race? What if maybe there's just life and a chance to make it meaningful? I think we need to stop shaming people for taking their time, stop labeling softness as weakness, and recognize that maybe imagination is not a luxury. It is a lifeline. If you've ever felt like you don't belong in this world, it's maybe because you were meant to help build a new one. You're not behind. You're not lazy. You're creative in a world that profits from your doubt. But I think in the world that we live in now, we need to use our imagination more than ever. So I think let's just start, even if it's messy, even if no one is watching, even if the system tells you not to, especially if the system tells you not to. Because I think creativity is rebellion. And this rebellion might just be how we achieve the best versions of ourselves. There's no hurry. Take your time. Thank you for watching the video, and if you've stayed till here, please leave a comment and leave your thoughts. I'd love to connect with you. Here's a song that I made recently and I'm really proud of, and I would love for you to check it out. If you liked it, please do leave a comment. Your comment means a lot to me.